How's it going, guys? How's it going? How's it going? Armchair Pundit back again. It's Thursday morning, people, and yeah, another video, another day, another football conversation. Armchair Pundit giving you the game week 27, and I'm just going to be going over the results that I haven't finished from game week 27. Monday I did a show, and that was just regarding the weekend's results. And as you know, since then we've had Chelsea play Everton, and we also had West Ham play Leeds, and Manchester City play Southampton. What I'm also going to do is go over some the Champions League scores, and also Arsenal play Olympiacos today. Just rounding up game week 27. I've said that 3 times now. I think I might say it a few more times in this video. We had, I know it was Chelsea versus Everton. And as I said on my preview on Monday, and also the predictions on Friday, it's a big game, man. It was a big game for both clubs, sitting pretty close in the league. I went with 2-2. I thought it would be a 2-2 draw. I thought there would be goals. And Chelsea ran out to be 2-0 winners. Bit surprised, to be honest. I didn't think Everton would go down like that. I thought they'd have more about them. But what I'm going to do is, rather than go over it in too much depth now, on tomorrow's show for game week 28, predictions, I will be going through the top 6, bottom 6 in more depth. Okay, and the same day, we had West Ham versus Leeds, and again I did have West Ham to win that game 3-1. I did think West Ham would win. As I said in my last video, they're definitely blowing bubbles. They are definitely holding it up, and I think we can all see that. They won 2-0. So both home teams on Monday winning 2-0. Yeah, what can I say? As I say, I'm going to go into it tomorrow on my top 6, bottom 6. But yeah, West Ham are just, they are playing really well. And long may it continue, because they've had some hard times. On Wednesday, we had Manchester City versus Southampton, and I had Manchester City to win 3-0. As I now know, they won 5-2. Not really surprised. I knew they would win. I said 3-0. I've been nice and modest for Southampton after the bounce back against the loss against Manchester United. So I did think they would come up trumps on that game, and they did. So well done to Manchester City. They march on. I think I heard one of the YouTubers say, I believe it's about 17 points they need. They need about 17 points to win the league now. So it's a matter of when, that will be happening very soon. So well done them. We also had some Champions League games, didn't we? We had some Champions League games. I'm going to get those up so I can have a look. And on Tuesday, we had Borussia Dortmund 2 and Seville 2. That was a mad game, man. That Haaland guy, he is, he's something special, isn't he? He is something special, and he's got character about him as well. And he's a young buck. He's a young buck, which is, good, because it just shows when, we're always giving players the benefit of the doubt because they're young, and, I guess everybody can't be good, but then a good player is a good player. And, if you are young and you're good, then you need to express it and be good. All these excuses that, especially with Arsenal fans, we give a lot of the team, because he's young, he's getting embedded. If he's not good enough, he's not good enough. Yes, he may be good enough in the future, but if the club's waiting for that, which is fine, I don't understand what all the bother is about then. So well done, Haaland and Borussia Dortmund. They go through 5-4 in aggregate. It was unlucky, Seville. and some of the penalty decisions and the way VAR worked, and interesting. Juventus versus FC Porto. Juventus winning 3-2 on the night. Porto going through, I believe, on the away go. It was 4 on aggregates. So Porto going through there. No one really, I guess, I saw some of the highlights of that game, and Juventus, battered them. Juventus should have scored a couple. Ronaldo, he's not the young buck he used to be. He's still a good player, and still at the highest level, as we can all see, but he's not the young buck he used to be. He played very well, obviously. But, Porto held out, man. I think they had 10 men as well for quite a long time of that game. And they held out, and they got the W. So, well done, Porto. Moving on to Wednesday's Champions League games. Liverpool beat RB Leipzig 2-0. That's 4-0 on aggregate. Even though they're showing real frailties in the league, they can still turn out against a team that's doing fairly well in the Bundesliga. RB Leipzig, they got a good team, good players. I think we all know that. And Liverpool, did what they needed to do. I think both goes by Mo Salah. He's still got his scoring boots on. And Liverpool march on in the Champions League. What an interesting time that will be if they go on to lift that again. So let's watch this space. We also had Paris Saint-Germain versus Barcelona. I haven't seen the highlights for this one. Like Liverpool, like RB Leipzig, I did see a little bit of highlights for them. Haven't seen the highlights for Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona. It was 1-1 on the night, but Paris Saint-Germain go through 5-2 on aggregate. I think the first leg did it. I think they won 4-0 or 4-1, sorry. So I think everybody knew the writing was on the wall for Barcelona. And so may it be, even though they got the draw yesterday, but obviously, Paris Saint-Germain did enough in the first away leg, So well done, Paris Saint-Germain. Can they go all the way with Pochettino? Obviously, the old Tottenham manager. Can he do it with them? Has he got better players? You'd have to arguably say yes. Better squad, better league? Maybe no. Definitely not a better league. So, they are craving for a Champions League win. Paris Saint-Germain, with the owners and the massive sort of work that's gone into making that club a household name. So let's watch this space. Again, Champions League really, really ramping up. Europa League action, that's tonight. And Arsenal, I'm not going to go through all of the fixtures. I'm just going to talk about Arsenal, Olympiacos. I think that's the main one I should really touch on for obvious reasons, Arsenal Football Club. And I think Mikel Arteta shouldn't tinker it too much. I think he should go with the best 11. Cedric, I think you probably put Luiz in. I don't know. He's not really favouring Gabriel. The thing is, when we bought Gabriel, we knew he was young, and we also understood that he played alongside Lovren, who was the old Liverpool centre back, which is an experienced head alongside him, and it allowed Gabriel to really express himself at the French club, which was probably attracted us to him. Now he's at Arsenal. He hasn't got that old head. Luiz can be rash at the best of times, even though David Luiz has been proven to be a good player. But is he the rock? Or is he a very similar player to Gabriel, just an older head? So that's probably where Gabriel's found it different. So he'll probably go with Cedric, Luiz. He'll probably put Mari in there, then Tierney. And the midfield's where it probably will be interesting. Does he go with Ceballos? Does he go with Xhaka? Does he go with El Neni, Partey? So out of the four, it's going to be interesting. I personally would probably go with, he'll have to go with Xhaka and Partey, won't he? That's probably what he'll do. And then he'll go with Saka, probably go with Saka, Odegaard. I don't think Smith Rowe's quite back yet. And I'd probably put Pepe on the left-hand side. Will he do it? Will he not? We're going to find out. And then up top, he's going to have Uber, obviously, with Leno being in goal. I think I've got 11 players there. Mario 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, interesting. It depends how much he's tinkering with the team. We're going to find out. I'm going with an Arsenal win. I can't see why we shouldn't win. However, I have heard that Socrates, who is at Olympiacos, who was obviously at Arsenal, didn't do as well as he would have liked at Arsenal Football Club, but I thought he was all right. He was a rock. He was a tough nut, and that's probably what we needed at the time. He was never good enough to be like an Arsenal legend. I think we all knew that anyway, but in terms of him being what he needed to be for the club at the time, I think that's what he did. So I would definitely... I've got no animosity towards him. But he's been saying to the press and speaking to various players who have come out and said Socrates has been telling them, the good and bad about Arsenal Football Club, which he said you have to expect that. Martinez at Aston Villa did exactly the same. The way Aston Villa played us the other day. Or the 2 games we played them this season. Martinez has definitely gone there with with animosity and said, listen, this is how you play against these teams. They've got no backbone and whatever have you. And I left there unhappy, and it's normal. I don't know how that doesn't happen. I think it happens so much, and the writing's on the wall so badly that when a player goes on loan, within the same domestic league, that contract and that negotiation says he cannot play against us when we play each other for obvious reasons. One, he's our player still, and I know it's slightly different because they've signed the player, but 2, he obviously knows us very well. He can tell us what to do, and he can tell you what to do, but as long as he ain't on the pitch, that's the least we can get out of it, and then we can get him back once he's satisfied and playing a lot better. So Socrates saying what he has to say. Can you blame him? I don't know. Going back to the game, I do believe we should win. I think the first leg is at Olympiacos. It's the last 16 of the Europa. And, as I say, I do believe we should win it. I'm going to go with an Arsenal 3-1 win. We've got the North London derby on Sunday as well, so you'll have one eye on that, even though that game is kind of meaningless, I guess. It's more pressure for Tottenham. I think they're chasing top 6, top 4, I believe. They're not. Well, they are. They're a lot higher than us, and they look more in position to be doing that. So it's more onus on them to take the game to us. So I think Arteta will know that. So that's why I do believe that is going to be interesting on his team selection tonight. I think this is, how our season's planned out, this is our best opportunity for silverware and also to get back into the elite of the Champions League. Guys, I'm going to be doing my Game Week 26 predictions tomorrow. Also, I'm going to be doing the top 6, bottom 6, and all of the ongoings in analysis Premier League overview. So, listen, thank you for listening to the Armchair Pundit, and I'll catch you guys all on the other side. Come on, Arsenal.